Hi, boys and girls. Yesterday we talked about the word consumed. Most of you guys knew the word consume, meaning to eat and drink a lot. So people can consume a great deal of food. They can swallow and they can eat a lot of food. The word consumed in this story is not going to mean eating. We will discuss it again at the end of this chapter. We're down here, boys and girls. Goonibird paused. Questions, she said. Kiko raised her hand. I was waiting for the bad part. I was going to cover up my ears. What bad part? Asked Goonibird. You know, Kiko whispered, where the cow ate Catman. Goonibird looked surprised. The cow didn't eat Catman. The cow hardly notices that Catman is there. The cow eats wildflowers. But you said, Kiko began. Yes, you said, Malcolm called. Mrs. Pigeon stood up. Remember the title of the story, children, she said. They all tried. How a cow ate Catman, Barry Tuckerman called out. How Catman got eaten up by a cow, Tricia said. Mrs. Pigeon shook her head. She picked up her notebook. I wrote it down, she told them. Beloved, Catman is consumed by a cow. Let me finish, Goonibird suggested. She went on with the end of her story. That night, the farmer and his wife turned on the TV and saw the interview with the little girl who rode a flying carpet. If anybody finds my cat, the little girl, it was Goonibird said, please call the TV station. So Mr. Henry Sminoffen, the farmer, called. I have that cat here in my barn, he said. Orange and white with no tail. But I gotta tell you, I don't think that you're gonna be able to take it away. It won't leave my cow. Won't leave your cow, the TV lady said. She sounded puzzled. Nope, the farmer said. Won't even leave it for a tuna fish. We had to take the tuna fish and put it right beside the cow. Why? Happens sometimes, the farmer explained. I guess you call it something like love. That cat is downright consumed by the cow. And is the cow consumed by the cat? The TV lady asked. Nope. The cow doesn't care one way or another, but she doesn't step on the cat. She's a careful cow. The TV people called Goonibird and her parents and told them where Catman was, and that Catman was consumed by a cow. So the Green family drove the cow back to the meadow and visited Catman. Catman was nice to them, but you could tell that he was not consumed by the Green family. He was consumed only by the cow. So they kissed him goodbye. They hugged and kissed the farmer and his wife, and they all sang Farmer in the Dell and danced in a circle on their tiptoes. They all lived happily ever after. The end. Boys and girls, I would like you to pause. What was the problem in this story? What happened to Catman? And what solution did Goonibird decide to do about Catman at the end? Okay, we're going to, after you have that done, get back to the book. Welcome back, boys and girls. I love happy endings, Kiko said with a sigh. Me too, Mrs. Pigeon said. Thank you, Goonibird. Let's get out the arithmetic books now. Everyone in class groaned. I know, Mrs. Pigeon said. It's much more fun to listen to Goonibird stories, but we can look forward to it tomorrow. Well, she'll have another one tomorrow. Goonibird had gone back to her seat, taking out the arithmetic book. She looked up in surprise. No, actually, I won't. That was my last story, she said. The second graders almost every one of them called, no, in very loud, sad voices. It sounded like a huge chorus singing a song calling no. Mrs. Pigeon looked horrified. But Goonibird, she said, we still have a lot of unanswered questions. Like what? Asked Goonibird. Well, let me think, Mrs. Pigeon frowned. The false teeth, Nicholas called. Yes, Mrs. Pigeon said. Why did your father have to pack 43 sets of false teeth? That's a story that you haven't told us yet. Goonibird looked surprised. It's not a story, she said. That simply requires a dictionary. You have one right there in your desk, Mrs. Pigeon. Mrs. Pigeon reached for a dictionary. Look up the word, Goonibird says. She pronounced the word very carefully. It's spelled Prosthodontist. Prosthodontist. My goodness, Mrs. Pigeon read the definition. It's a special kind of dentist. He makes false teeth. Exactly, Goonibird said. That's why what my father is. No story there. Oh, but we want more stories, Goonie Bird, Barry Tuckerman said in a loud voice. As usual, he was standing up with one knee on his chair. Goonie Bird sighed impatiently. I need to do my arithmetic, she said. I'm not very good at subtraction yet. But, all right, sit down, Barry. Close the dictionary. Mrs. Pigeon, I will tell you how to get stories. I wonder how she's going to get stories from the kids, boys and girls. Let's write down how we think she's going to get stories on the bottom of your paper right here. How do you think, let's make a prediction, Goonie Bird will have the class get more stories? What can she do? Please go ahead and make a prediction. Put a P right here and write down I predict or I think Goonie Bird will get stories by, and go ahead and tell me how you think she's going to get stories. What do you think is going to happen in the next chapter? Please write predictions on the bottom here. Thank you, boys and girls. We're going to be bringing these papers on the carpet later this afternoon.